Regatta, KT here with Regatta Fitness, obviously. We have yoga for rowers with a hip focus, just 20 minutes, and this is for all levels. I do have a couple of blocks and a strap. I try to do poses where you don't need them, but if you're doing more yoga, I recommend grabbing your own blocks, strap, and mat for sure. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start on, actually, let's start seated here. We just did this in the last class. That's why I'm a little sweaty. We're rowing for 50 minutes. All right, so soles of your feet together, and I just want you to lift your knees up and then pull them down. Nice long spine here. Lift up, pull them down. A couple more times. And then this last one, you're going to press them down. Grab your ankles or your feet. Start to hinge from the hips forward and let the knees press down. Shoulders out of your ears. Nice deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. So you can modify everything here, right? If something doesn't feel right, feel free to take it into a child's pose, which we're going to head into next. It is the resting posture in yoga, also really good for your hips. All right, so we're going to come on up. You're just going to cross the ankles. You're going to make your way onto hands and knees, and then you're going to take your knees a little wider, well, about mat's width. Big toes together, sit your hips back. Now, if your head doesn't easily reach the mat, grab a block, grab a towel or a pillow. This should be restful. This should be restorative. So I'm going to come on down. Shoulders are down. Forehead, so right at your third eye center between your eyebrows, that's where your head is resting on the mat or something else. And your hips are reaching down for your heels. Not too much effort here. Just kind of letting the magic happen on its own. So this posture is also great if there's something in this class that doesn't work for you, or you need a moment to catch your breath and reset. You can always come back here. Good. All right, we're going to make our way into tabletop, hands and knees. So wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips, and just a couple of cat and cow just to move through the spine a little bit. Hey, Madison, thanks for joining. Should feel really good after those 2 row classes this morning. All right, and then we're going to start with our bird dog, and I know we've done this before in other classes. A lot of these overlap a little bit, right? So your right leg extends behind you, left arm reaches forward. Gaze is down, a little bit of core stability, a little bit of hip strengthening here. Shoulders still down your back. Trying to find even weight between your hand and your knee. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale your left hand down to the mat. Pull your right knee in towards your chest. And then step that right foot forward. So hands to your front thigh. We're in a low lunge position. And we're just going to shift a little forward and back. Nice deep breaths. Chest is lifted. Just kind of, it's like putting oil in your car, right? Warming up the joints. Restoring from our row practice. And then hands come down to the mat, and you're just going to step your left foot up to meet the right. And I'm going to recommend you keep your feet about hip width here to start. 2 fist widths between your feet if you're not sure. Knees nice and soft. Let your head be heavy. So make sure you're looking at the back wall, right? Top of your head is reaching down and you're not cranking up on it. And then when you're ready, soften the knees even more. Start to roll it up to stand. Reaching arms high. And we're just going to reach a little side to side just to get into that side body. Good. All right. From here, keep your feet hip width distance. Pull belly up and in, shoulders down. Nice strong mountain pose. We're just going to lift the right knee up to hip height and lower it down. Left knee up to hip height and lower it down. So it's a little bit of hip flexor strengthening. And I want you to notice, right, we're trying to minimize the shifting side to side. There's going to be a little bit naturally, but I want you to try to take out as much as you can, keeping your core engaged. We're going to do one more each side. When you get to the left side, I want you to pause, hands to the knee, pull it up into your chest, stand nice and tall. We're going to take it into tree pose. So the sole of your left foot is coming to your inner right thigh. And I'm going to turn so you can see me. Now we have some options here. If the thigh doesn't work, you can be on the shin calf area. You can do a little kickstand action here. This works as well. So we're working a little bit of that inner thigh, right? Hip area, outer hip as well. And then your gaze stays steady at one point to help with your balance. And you just breathe. I know, easier said than done. Last 3, 2. Now listen carefully. From here, you're going to lift the left knee back up to hip height, and we're going to step it all the way back into a crescent lunge, okay? So feet are about hip width distance. Belly pulls up and in, tailbone down. Now you start to feel that nice stretch down the front of the left leg into the hip flexor, maybe the psoas. And then pay attention to this right leg. So we're literally opening the left hip, strengthening the right hip. So make sure your knee's not caving in. Use your hip strength to keep the knee out slightly. So if you look down, you should be able to see your big toe. And then finally, extend the arms, shoulders down your back. We're going to breathe here. One more deep breath in. And then exhale, open up into warrior 2. So I know my back's to you just for a moment. Front heel bisects the back foot. And all I want you to do here is start to straighten the front leg, bring the palms together, up overhead, and then extend, reach, back out. And we have the same thing in warrior 2 that we did in crescent lunge. Don't want the knee caving in. Use your hip strength to press it out. We're going to do 2 more. Last time, we're going to hold in that warrior 2. Make sure you can see your front big toe. Flip your front palm. Take it up and back. Shoulder down your back, reaching through this side body. Little opening through the inner thigh. Deep breath in. And then exhale, hands to the mat, runner's lunge. So this is a great place for your blocks if you need them. Toe heel the right foot over. We're going to let the back knee drop. Bring both hands inside of your front foot. All right, lizard lunge. So we're going to start here. We're going to do 2 variations. You could be on your hands. Maybe you're on your forearms. Or maybe you're on a prop, right? A pillow, a block. We want some lengthening in the spine. There's going to be a little bit of rounding, but not a ton of rounding, okay? And I want you to think about your right knee squeezing into your right arm, all right? Pull belly up and in so you feel a little bit through the left front of the hip. And we're breathing, always breathing. Couple more breaths here, and then we're going to change this up a little bit. Get the best of both worlds while we're here. I know this is a lot on one side. Hang in there. When you're done, you're going to be like, new hips, yay. All right, so we're going to take the right foot. You're going to bring it out to about 1 or 2 o'clock, and then roll out to the outer edge. Flex the foot. That'll help to protect the knee. This might be enough. You might be like, oh, yeah, now I'm definitely feeling it in the inner hip here. If you need more, you can gently press into this inner thigh. And I like to think about it as you're kind of pulling down and out, right? Reaching the hip out. Shoulders stay down, still breathing. Good. Come back. We're going to make our way into tabletop. Ooh. Same leg before we go to the other side. Extends. Bend the knee. Open it up. And then I want 2 big hip circles in each direction on that right side. Nice and big. So draw that circle with your knee. Oh, and then reset. Woo! Right side should feel a little different than the left, right? Shake it out, little side to side, cat and cow if you need. And then let's head into the other side. So left leg extends, toes down, right arm reaches, nice and long here. Belly up and in. Sorry, Madison, no down dog yet. It's right up your alley, right? All right, right hand comes down, left knee pulls in, squeeze, use your belly, step it forward. Might be 1 step, might be 3 steps. Who cares? Hands to front thigh, we just start to move, just shifting forward and back. It's finally sunny here today. Oh, thank God. Madison, I know you're in Vegas. I haven't been in a few years. My last time there, I think my husband had like a sales convention. It was fun, to say the least. All right, we're going to bring the hands down to the mat. You're going to step the right foot up. Keep the feet hip width. Relax your head. Shake it out a little if you need. And then soften the knees. Roll it up to stand. Arms up and over. Just a little side to side. And then down by your sides. Okay, we're going to start with the left leg here. So a little bit of strengthening. So again, press through that opposite foot. Pull belly up and in. Keep your chest lifted. 1 foot and then the other. And there's no rush through these. So I think we're going for, oops, almost lost my balance there. About 4 on each side, 4 or 5. You know, I'm not very good at counting. And then the next time you land with your right knee lifted, you're going to pause, grab the knee, pull it up and in, stand nice and tall, and then we'll take it into tree. So right foot, again, kickstand, shin, maybe it calls all the way up. The only thing I don't want is pushing into your knee, right? Your knee is not meant to go side to side. So above or below the knee is where we stand. And then stand up tall, shoulders down, any variation you like with your arms. I'm just going to leave them at heart center here today, because we're more focused on the hips than any other part. Couple more deep breaths. Good. And then see if you can keep the foot lifted. Bring the knee back in, and then step it all the way back. Crescent lunge. All right, so let's set this up. Belly up and in, tailbone down. You might need to soften your back knee. Feel that stretch now down the right side. Left knee on top of the ankle, not caving in. Use your hip strength. Make sure you can see that big toe. And then when all that's settled and you're ready, arms extend to the sky. Couple deep breaths. Hey, Martin, thanks for joining. Any amount of yoga mobility is better than nothing. So sometimes I have students and they're like, I can only stay for 30 minutes of the 45-minute class. Great, who cares? Do it. Take a deep breath in. We're going to open up to warrior 2. So a little more spacious. Front heel bisecting the back foot. Outer edge of back foot pressing down. Make sure you can see that big toe. So we're still using this hip strength to pull the knee out. And then we're going to inhale, reach tall, straighten the legs. Exhale, come back in. Couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Pause here. Keep everything on the bottom the same. And then reach that left arm up and back, shoulder down. Good. One more deep breath in here. Exhale, hands to the mat. We're going to meet in a runner's lunge. So your back heel lifts, left foot comes over, and then back knee drops down, hands to the inside. Blocks or props if you need them. Left leg is squeezing in to the left arm. Chest is lifted. So I can come down onto my forearms, but you notice I'm pretty rounded. So normally, depending on how warm I am, but most of the time I come onto forearms onto some sort of prop so I can keep some of the length. A little bit of rounding's okay, but we don't want to sacrifice the pose here. Pull belly up and in so you still feel this stretch on the right side. Good. And then your left toes come out to about 11 o'clock. Onto the outer edge of your foot. Flex your foot. Might already feel this in the inner thigh, inner hip. If you need a little more, think about pressing out so your hand is reaching towards the knee. That flesh is kind of coming with you. And then down. You don't need a lot here to get a pretty good, intense feeling stretch here. And know there's a difference, right, between pain and sort of feeling something intensely. Good. All right, we're going to come back. You're going to take your left knee back into that tabletop for a moment. And then we're going to extend the left leg again, same leg. Bend the knee, open the hip. We're going to take 2 big circles with our knee in each direction. Good. Nice and big. Beautiful. And then come back, hands and knees. Shake it out. Let's do one more cat-cow while we're here. Inhale. And exhale. All right, swing your legs around. We're going to come back to seated here. And we're going to set up for double pigeon. Now, double pigeon can be intense, so I'm going to give you some options here, okay? Double pigeon is stacking one leg on top of the other. So ankle to knee, knee to ankle. But again, this might be a lot. If your knee's way up here and you could do this, that's fine. You're okay. Just have tight hips. Totally normal. The other option is you can take a half pigeon. We did this, I think, last week for glutes maybe. So hip stretch as well. Or you can take a figure 4, seated or lying down. All right. Just something to open up the outer hip. So let's do the right side first. So you're going to bring your right leg on top of your left, or right side pigeon, or right leg in figure 4. I know, so many options, but everybody's body is different. And there are a lot of different stretches you can do, right? This is just a few in our 20 minutes we have here together. So if you find something that works a little bit better for you, feel free to take it. If you want to start to hinge forward, shoulders down your back. You might be good right where you are. Good. We're going to take just a couple more breaths and then switch sides. Also, as you move through these poses, is there something that feels really good or feel like you need more time in? Don't hesitate to take it. All right, come on up, shake it out. If you're in a half pigeon or figure 4, just go ahead, switch sides. Left leg on top this time. Sit up nice and tall. One side's going to feel different than the other. So this side's a little more open for me. I could probably hinge a little bit further. Feeling the stretch and breathing into it, right? The breath is important here as well. Good. Feeling nice opening through that left outer hip. One more deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lift up. Nice job. Wherever you are, just shake it out. We're going to take a cross-legged position. So start with your right foot under. You're going to take your right hand next to your right hip, reach your left arm up and over, and then switch sides. Just getting all the way down to the side body, down into the hip. We're going to do one more each side. And then you're going to switch the cross of your legs. Last pose here. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up. You're going to exhale, fold forward first. And then walk your arms over to the right. Try to relax your head, maybe even rest it on your leg. Press that left hip down. Good. And then you're going to come back through center, walk it over to the left. Press the right hip down. Come back through center. Deep breath in. Exhale all the way up. Woo! Hopefully your hips feel a little bit better. Ready to rock and roll on your next row or any machine you choose to take class on. Great job today, you guys. My name's Katie. Drink water. Be good to yourselves. I'll see you next time.